Hey folks, Jason back again. Today, Apple had their big iPhone event, the Glow Up event. I think that's what it was called, where they announced iPhones and all that kind of stuff. And instead of doing one big video on all of this stuff, I'm going to do individual videos on all the products that they talked about, starting with the Apple Watch Series 10. So the Apple Watch Series 10, they have a bigger screen now, and the screen goes a little bit further down the edge, so it just looks like one piece of glass instead of being able to see the edge from the I guess, from the sides. It has a wide-angle OLED screen now with 40% brighter vision at the angles. One of the differences between LED and OLED screens is that LED screens often have color shift when looking at them from an angle, and they may get a little bit more hazy. So now they're moving to an OLED screen that has 40% brighter angles at the edges. They call it the Flux. They have a brand new watch face. They call it the Flux watch space. And for me personally, this is very exciting. This might be my reason to buy an Apple Watch Series 10 as opposed to getting the Apple Watch Ultra 2, which is not new this year, but has some new features. I'll talk about that here in a second. But they have a jet black polished aluminum iPhone, Apple Watch. The whole thing is thinner than it was before, and it has fast charge, which is cool. So here we are looking at all the stuff. We've got grade 5 titanium, bright display, the biggest display ever, watchOS 11. It now tracks sleep apnea, which I thought was a very, very cool thing. I suffer from sleep apnea, although I do have a CPAP machine. I've been tested and all that kind of stuff. And so that's really good. It's the thinnest ever watch. It has some Apple Intelligence features, up to 18 hours of battery life. Customized swim workouts is another. You can now listen to playback. The speakers are supposedly smaller but better. And now, instead of having to use your AirPods to really listen to music or something, you can use your watch speaker. All that might be kind of annoying. It will also detect water temperature. So if you're a sporty type person, that will be something that's good for you, I guess. It also goes down to it has a depth app that goes down to, I think, 20 meters, and a tide app that will sort of tell you when the tide's going in and going out. For those of us who live in the middle of the country, some of these things will only be valuable to us on vacation, but still valuable nonetheless. The display is actually bigger than the Apple Watch Ultra display in terms of screen real estate. It's not big like this. It's not big like this, but it is bigger than the Apple Watch display just by a little bit, which is nice. You've also got titanium is now replacing the stainless steel models of the Apple Watch that you used to be able to get. Now it's titanium. That means titanium is lighter than steel, lighter than aluminum. So it's going to be really nice. It has the S10 chip. Whenever they say S10 chip, I think Chevy S10, but that's just me showing my age, I guess. And so it's got the S10 chip in there. Fastest charging ever. They say that you can charge the thing to 80% in 30 minutes, which is good. That's good. I mean, the Apple Watch has never been like, it'd take a long time to charge, but 80% in 30 minutes is great. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 comes now in a satin black color, so maybe if I want to spend a little bit more money, I will get the satin black Apple Watch Ultra 2. All of these are available to pre-order today, and then they'll be in stores on September 20th. Overall, the Apple Watch just gets better and better and better every year, and I don't want to get into an argument about, Apple Watch versus any other brand's watches, because what's the point in that? But things like sleep apnea detection on an Apple Watch, especially when it's now thinner and lighter and would be more comfortable to wear in bed, that's one of my big problems is, this Apple Watch Ultra is gigantic, and I have worn it to sleep, but it's not the most comfortable thing to wear when sleeping. Sleep apnea affects tons and tons of people, as they said in the in the event. I think it's like, 80% of the people who have sleep apnea don't know they have sleep apnea, and it actually impacts about 1.5 billion people in the world. Well, in the world, and it can do, like, what really scared me about it when I found out that I had sleep apnea is it can harm your heart, cause fluctuations in weight, get too tired. So it just really impacts. Sleep is probably the most important regenerative thing that we do for our body. So it's a big deal to be able to understand if you have sleep apnea or not, and then go and get it treated if you do. So I think the Apple Watch Series 10, as well as there are tons of fitness things out there for it. There's lots of stuff that's going on that really is kind of impressive to me when I think about how far we've come in terms of knowing data about our bodies through these watches and everything else. The quality of them is getting better and better. And now the connection between the Apple Watches and our health is more and more present all the time. So the Apple Watch Series 10 looks like a pretty decent upgrade, if you ask me, and it does do a lot of new. I don't know if health app stuff is exciting, but a lot of new stuff. And so I think if you've had an Apple Watch for a while, if you have the Apple Watch 7 or 6 or something like that, this is a worthy upgrade. Starts at $399 and goes up from there. The Apple Watch Ultra 2, which again has been around for a while, but they're just improving it a little bit for this year. I think all the improvements are software. That is $799 to start. And of course, they have new bands and new colors and all that kind of stuff. So very exciting stuff. If you have any questions about the Apple Watch Ultra, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to give you an answer. I did sit through the entire almost 2 hours worth of event, and I would be happy to help out in any way that I can. So thanks for being here in this little wrap up of what the Apple Watch Ultra, or thanks for being here in this Apple Watch Series 10/Ultra 2 part of the event. And go ahead and watch the other videos in this very quick series. Links to those will be right over here. Yeah, here, this way. Till the next time, I'm out.